Hello and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Now today we are taking a look at the Top Gun Maverick update. In particular, we're going to be taking a look at the Darkstar. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to fly this, as I think the tutorial under the Maverick missions menu is a bit complicated and not very clear as to how you're supposed to fly this plane. Okay, so we're here on the runway at Edwards Air Force Base in the United States in California, just because it has a long runway, which you will need for this aircraft. And the first thing that you're going to want to do is set power to mil, so maximum power, and then engage the afterburners. Then you're going to want to gain speed and rotate at around 250 knots. Then I'm just going to retract the gear and pitch to climb at about 20 degrees for the initial climb phase. Okay, so once we've reached about 30,000 feet, we're going to want to gain speed to above Mach 1. So to this, we're going to invert the plane, and then we're going to pitch down to -10 to -20 degrees. Then we're going to accelerate till we hit above Mach 1, and then we're going to uninvert the plane and pitch to +10 degrees and accelerate to Mach 3. The reason we invert is just so when we are pitching the aircraft, up and down, we are doing positive G's, otherwise you end up doing minus G's, and you can go rather light-headed and even pass out. Okay, so there's Mach 1.1. So all we're going to do now is uninvert and pitch back up to +10 degrees, just like this. So we've now reached Mach 3, and now we're going to engage the Scram jets. These are the jets that are going to get us to Mach 10. So all we have to do is come down onto the second page here and select the right and left scramjet fuel valves. Then we're going to want to engage the fuel cell, and finally we can select the scramjet starter switch. The scramjet will take a few moments to spool up, and we can look outside here as they spool up, and don't they look very, very cool. Now that we've done that, all we're going to do is accelerate to Mach 9 and climb to our cruising altitude. We've now reached the maximum altitude that the Microsoft Flight Simulator will allow, which is 275,000 feet. And so what we're going to do now is just pitch down to 0 degrees. This means that we can just accelerate quicker and accelerate all the way to Mach 10. Once we've done this, all we have to do is sit back and relax. And yeah, pretty much all we have to do for the cruise phase is just monitor everything. And I'll get back to you when we start our descent. So just take a look outside here now that we're at our cruising altitude. What's absolutely amazing with this aircraft is that you can see the heat on the exterior of the aircraft. It goes red from the heat caused by the speed that we're going at and the friction, and also the fact that we are on the edge of the atmosphere as well. I have to admit, it does look really, really realistic. You can also see the scramjets at the back here, which also look absolutely phenomenal. Alright, so we're just about to descend. all you're going to need to do for the descent is pull the power back to idle, disengage the Scram jet. This will also engage the normal jets as well automatically, and then like I said, all you want to do is pull the power back to idle and pitch the nose down 10 degrees. Microsoft Flight Simulator from up here also looks absolutely amazing. I mean, you can even see the atmosphere, you can see the thickness of it, and it's overall just an amazing view up here, which you wouldn't have seen really before this aircraft came out. So it's a really nice touch that they have it, and I'm sure we can all appreciate it. We are just descending down here into New York. We are about 5 minutes away from the airport now, and we're just going to go downwind of the runway, turn onto base, and then land in the opposite direction from where we're going now, basically. So to maintain speed, we still have the normal jets we can use, so or you can just increase and decrease the power as necessary to maintain our speed. So because you can't exactly see out the front of this aircraft very well, you're going to be using the PFD to navigate, and all you want to do is keep the velocity director on the airport, and this is where the aircraft will go. We use this to line up and also to make sure we get our descent rate correct. Got a very nice view out the right hand side of the aircraft now, and any moment we'll be able to see the airport as well. Oh, and there it is, looking very, very nice. So we're just going to go past, make a 180 and land on the opposite end of the runway. Okay, so we're on final now. Like I said before, just going to keep the aircraft central onto the runway using the PFD. I've just moved the camera here to the side so you can also see the runway as well, just to make it easier for me to actually land. So we're not actually looking for a smooth touchdown, as this plane isn't really meant for that. So for this aircraft, when flaring, we're going to pitch the nose quite high, which is also very similar to the Concorde when landing. So just come over the threshold of the runway now, flaring, bringing the power back, and there's touchdown. And braking. And we're just going to bring it off to the side of the runway here. Okay, so I hope this tutorial has helped you fly this aircraft. Now that you know how to properly fly this, you can now go out and try the Darkstar mission in the Top Gun missions area and see if you can increase your score. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Goodbye.